My name is Enrique Ruiz Espinosa, and I'm 22 years of age.
All right, Enrique, how long have you worked in music, and can you also give me a little bit of a background and your time in music, working in music?
Yeah. So I worked in music since I was around 10 years old, just like shadowing people in my family that were involved in the church in the area. And I just really learned through them, through my aunt, through my father, through my mother, on how to help people feel emotions. I think that's what music's all about, is expressing feelings that are within a congregation of people. So in that case, it was a church, and that's how I got started. And then it's through the church. And from there, I started playing in little conjuntos in Saginaw, Michigan. And there wasn't a lot of Mexican American folk up there. So I really learned through artists like Selena and different artists that I could identify with that weren't born in Mexico, but yet still hung on to their roots. So from a young age of like 10, 11 years old, I learned how to hang on to my roots through music. I think that's why I identify with music, and I express myself through playing my accordion in music, just because even though I might not be a real Mexican to some people, or have an accent or things, I can express myself through this universal language called music. And so ever since I was around 10 years old, I began learning that that music is part of culture, and it's a beautiful thing. So yeah.
Okay, what does music mean to you on a personal level?
Yeah, so music means to me, it's something that transcends time, and it's something that it's like a history book, you know? I can play certain types of music for certain types of people, and they can feel a certain type of way. They can cry, they can laugh, they can feel something. So for me, playing my accordion for somebody with a certain conjunto style, or tejano style, norteña style, or whatever type of style that communicates to someone differently. And so to me, that's a beautiful thing. And to me, playing music, reading music from different eras, it's like a history book. I get to learn how other people lived, and how other people, what their culture was. Because music can tell you that. And that's what I love about music. And that's how, that's what draws me to music every single day, is just learning the stories that people tell through songs, and how they're expressed in instrumentals and things.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit of a background of what it is specifically that you do in music? And then after that, also just give me some artists that you grew up listening to that inspired you.
Yeah, so right now I'm just doing music, trying to create a recuerdo album, like a little remembrance album for my deceased family members from 2020 during COVID last year. And so I'm just really working with that with all my family members, my past music teachers and things. Hopefully, I'm planning on that being out this year. And in addition to that, to answer your next question, my favorite artists, I just really harped the chord with Selena, because that was someone who I could identify with. I was talking about music being like a history book. She was like that. She was already deceased by the time I was born in 1999, but I could still look back and see her success story, and how she influenced millions and millions of people, even to this day, through being herself. So I love artists that are themselves, like Selena, Elton John, Celia Cruz. All those artists have a lot of confidence, and they're just themselves. You know, they have fun with it, and they rock crowds being authentic. And that's what I want to do as well, with my own music, as well as my own business endeavors, fostering educational facilities that foster like cultural musical education in the Houston community. So,
All right, thank you, Enrique.
you're welcome.
My name is Russ Martinez, also known as MC Russ, and my age is 35.
All right, Russ, can you give me a little bit of background and also how long you've worked in music?
Okay, sounds good. I have worked as a musician for 25 years, and my background in music includes singing, playing the piano, songwriting, and performing as an entertainer.
Okay. What does music really mean to you on a personal level?
On a personal level, music for me is an avenue of expression. It's very important for me to express in other ways outside of just standard communication. So I've developed my talent and my work and my expertise in music to create that kind of environment, not only for myself, but for others.
Okay, can you give me some influential artists that you grew up listening to?
My influential artist that I grew up listening to kind of spans worldwide. If you're talking about like the earlier times of my life, like if we're talking about childhood, my parents are from a country in Central America called Honduras, and we would listen to mainly Spanish styles of music. Those Spanish styles of music include salsa, merengue, bachata, punta, and ska and soca, and reggae. And so when it comes to particular artists there, I would say at least mainly like island and Central American artists. I would say Celia Cruz, Shakira, Estrella Subo, and so many others. I can't even list them, but this is a bunch of them. Going into my teenage years, whenever I started to formulate my own type of interest in music, a lot of it went towards like classical music because I was practicing both piano and proper vocals. So, I mean, your standard classical artists, so you have like your Beethovens, your Haydns, your Mozart, things like that, Chopin. Those are the things that really inspired me, that got me towards the, I guess, European style of sound. And then when it came to popular music, pop and things like that, you know, because we all made it through our teenage years, and we had that music that was like in our time that would get us through. Those artists would be mainly Beyonce, because I love her, and Ledisi. I love R&B, other R&B artists like Tank, Monica, Brandy, things like that. A lot of the 90s divas really got me through. So Mariah Carey, definitely Whitney Houston are people that I could name as an example. And now, you know, into my adulthood, that those people have only extended and grown, and anybody who's been new in the scene.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
A veces se mete en problemas, lo dirá como es, será a cargo de su gente. Chacha sin mancha me tiene loco y me encanta. Incluso con tus imperfecciones encuentra cómo divertirse. Chacha sin mancha me tiene loco y me encanta. Sé un ejemplo como Chacha y sé el mejor, el mejor. Chacha sin mancha me tiene loco y me encanta. Incluso con tus imperfecciones, diviértese, diviértese, diviértese. Chacha sin mancha me tiene loco y me encanta. Sé un ejemplo como Chacha y sé el mejor.
Uh-huh.